The college football experience, Dantabase top 25 and Conference USA Tuesday night preview and picks episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, Underdog's hooking up new customers. Play just $5, get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with our promo code. That's TCESGPN. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
Hey, this is Derek Stevens. I'm the owner of Circa Las Vegas. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Welcome to the college football experience. Dantabase top 25 in Conference USA and Sunbelt Tuesday night picks. Yes, I can't forget about you, Funbelt, Sunbelt. YouTube.com/the college experience. We're breaking it all down. Get on over here, hit that like and subscribe button because we're building a damn army, and you're invited. All right. You're invited to the madness, and cheers to you. All right. Exciting times, especially when you look up and see 3 games on Tuesday. But this is also our Dantabase Top 25 edition, where we make sense of the madness, and you don't have people like this basically voting.
But
for
as far
football.
as what my votes are and what my process is, I wake up early in the morning after covering a game late in the night before. Don't want to go too much into my process or logic, but
yes, so we make sense and try to do a logical top 25 based on resume, not on horseshit. And also we have the other segment where we go to the land down under and talk about questions that mean absolutely nothing, but it's a lot of fun college football banter, and we have just a fun old old fashioned good time. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, that's fair. My name is Kobe Swinging Dantabase Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I want this pilot. It's a matter of national security.
Oh yeah, 3 games tomorrow. And I think all 3 are going to be a bundle of fun. Every Tuesday should have football. It's America, damn it. America. I am joined by my co-host. He is also the host of the College Basketball Experience. Go check out all these previews we've put out. We're going to go through every single conference. We're in the middle of it. Just did the Big 12 tonight, Big East out, ACC out, a bunch of other ones out. Also check out the clips from ACC Basketball Media Day. I'm going to Mountain West Media Days next week, and we're keeping it going. Or I guess that's 2 weeks. 2 weeks, I think. Give it up for former staffer at Austin Peay with the Governor, South Carolina with the Gamecocks, and West Virginia with the Mountaineers, Ryan McIntyre, a.k.a. Money Line Mac. What's up, man?
What's up, man? Yes, got a different pep in our step because we got Tuesday night football, baby. Let's go.
Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight.
Yes. And shout out to the chat. Best rankings out there. Big 12 show was long as fuck.
Yeah, it's because they got so many fucking teams. Wait till we do the Big 10.
It's too long. Yeah, these conferences, these previews, he's referring to the Big 12 basketball episode we just did a few 30 minutes ago, something like that, an hour ago, whatever it was. Go check it out if you love college hoops, because we love college hoops. We love college football. That's why we talk about every D1, FCS, and FBS college football game the same way we do for college hoops. Every single game will be talked about. So check out the College Hoops Show, College Basketball Experience. All right, look, I'm going to start this because I know we're new to this Conference USA Tuesday night stuff. This is the first week with Tuesday night games. We're going to have Tuesday night games pretty much until the end of the season. So we're going to start off there. Then we'll go through Dantabase Top 25 and the land down under. So with no further ado, let's jump in on this action. And tomorrow night, now they didn't space these games out very well. They did by 30 minutes, which I guess is better than nothing. We got one in Williams Stadium, Lynchburg, Virginia. Is New Mexico State 3-2? New Mexico State against 2-4 Liberty. If you had that on the card, I would claim bullshit. I don't think anybody had New Mexico State 3-2 and Liberty 2-4. But here we are. The Flamin' Libs came up with a big win last week for us against UTEP. Meanwhile, New Mexico State is, I think, one of the phonier 3-2 teams in the country, but they got wins against Bryant in a game that was pretty even. Bryant did cover. They got a win against Tulsa with their backup quarterback, and they got a win against Sam Houston State, who's fucking terrible. But that was an impressive win against Sam Houston State because they beat them by 27. Now they go all the way cross country. I remember Diego Pavia when he was quarterback in New Mexico State. He won this exact game, but this is easy play. Liberty, the Flamin' Libs are laying 9.5. The over/under at 47.5.
Smash.
Lock. I mean, we're gonna bet all these. Who we kidding?
Yeah.
But Liberty minus 9.5. Load up. Load the fuck up. Final score 28. Actually 30. They're gonna get in the 30s. I know the offense been struggling. You look at what they've been doing this year. Gosh, can't even talk. They're 105th in passing, 98th in total offense. But tomorrow, it's a get right spot because New Mexico State's 107th in total defense. So I like laying it. I think I got something like 35-13 or something final score. How about you?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna lay it. They got Vasco back for that UTEP game. Kind of frustrating game for Liberty. I mean, they had over 400 yards of offense, but only scored 19 points. I think they finished some drives tomorrow. They open it up, blowout. Let's go.
And the fans, I think, will still show up too. I think that the fans still care. And by the way, they still can. They're 1-1 in conference.
Mm-hmm.
They can get there. They can get there still.
New Mexico State's a phony. I'm with you.
They are phony, man. That Bryant New Mexico State game was like dead even. Then they beat Tulsa with the back. Tulsa outgained them. They almost doubled them up. And they won that game. So yeah, that's the first game that's on CBS Sports Network. Total wise, I'm on the over, but
it's a low total, isn't it?
It's 47.5. You got a side? I'm gonna take the over.
I'll probably take the over too. I mean, I think Liberty finally opens it up with game 2 of Vasco back off the injury. I think Chadwell and company open it up here, baby. Yeah, Liberty's still alive to win that CUSA. We're winning out, baby.
Yeah, shout out to Tim in the chat saying New Mexico State cannot, I repeat, cannot run the football.
No, they cannot.
Yeah, they're charting at 136. That is dead last in the nation. Dead last in the nation. Good point to bring that up. I should have brought that up earlier. Good point there, Tim. Appreciate you jumping in the chat. Yeah, I feel really good about this. I think it's actually the one that I feel best about the entire Tuesday night card. But let's jump into the next spot because we got Sunbelt, Fun Belt action. Hey, Sunbelt, why don't we do this every fucking Tuesday? Why are you just giving us a little sample here? Arkansas State, the Red Wolves are heading to Mobile, Alabama to take on these South Alabama Jaguars. South Alabama laid 7.5, over under at 59.5. So Arkansas State won this matchup last year, 18-16 in Jonesboro. South Alabama was 1-5, but man, has it been a tough 1-5 because they beat Morgan State. Week 1, week 2, they played Tulane really well. They lost 33-31. Then they played at Auburn and played fairly well. I mean, they covered it. Then I don't know what the hell this was. Coastal Carolina whooped their ass 38-20 out of the blue. And then they lose to North Texas at North Texas by 14. That's not bad. And then they lose in overtime in the Battle of the Belt against Troy on the road by 7. I think they're a lot better than their record. And I think the way that Vegas is telling you they're laying 7.5 is telling you everything. So me, I'm loading up Chalk City on Tuesday night as I lock up South Alabama minus 7.5. That total being 59.5, by the way, I'm going to go with something like Give me a 31-17 type of game here. Maybe 31-20, something like that. What are you doing here?
Yeah, well, we're chalking it up here. I have another favorite at home here on Tuesday night. South Alabama, to your point, better than that 1-5 record. Coming off back-to-back road losses, it feels like a nice get-right spot here. And Arkansas State, the way they won that Texas State game going into the bye week, that was a crazy. I don't want to call it a fluke just because that was a big win as a 14-point dog. But, I mean, they got outgained by almost 200 yards. I'm all over the Jags here.
Yeah, yeah. No, I don't know what's going on here, but look, the
two idiots.
One of the things I'll say is the rush defense of Arkansas State, 131st out of 136.
Yeah.
South Alabama, a top 30 rushing attack for Major Applewhite and company there. So I think that is the angle you're looking for. That does make it dicey on the total. I actually took the under. If you add up my points there, I'm on the under 59.5. You got to play on that?
I'll go under.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big totals guy, but since we're trying to get some action on the board, under.
I think South Alabama was a lot better than 1-5.
100%.
I remember watching that Auburn game. Bishop Davenport, the guy at the quarterback spot. Final game on the slate for Tuesday night, we have the likes of the airport, FIU, the Sun Blazers, heading to LT Smith Stadium to take on Western Kentucky, these tops. Western Kentucky is laying 9.5 points. They won 41-28 a year ago down there at Pitbull Stadium. Oh, man.
Got to take one dog, right?
That's what I'm thinking, man. I mean, I was originally thinking Western Kentucky, but I just don't think I'm going Chalk City 3 out of 3 here. I think FIU can stay in this. I think Willie Simmons, very underrated coach. They hung tough with Penn State for a while. I know they got destroyed against UConn, but they had a bye week there between. They focus on these tops. Give me the points and FIU. This one's a little like my confidence level is not high because of the fact that this I feel like is just a tricky spot. Like going to the tops in the CUSA, I think is a hard place to win. But all we got to do is stay within this. Give me like a Give me like a 35-27 type of game here. FIU gets the cover. I mean, you don't have them on the money line, right?
No, I don't think they're going to win the game outright, but I think they're going to compete. I'm taking the points here. Simmons and company, they got embarrassed at that UConn game right before the bye week. We trust Simmons as a coach and especially as a dog here. I think they'll be chippy. Yeah, I'm taking the points with FIU in the airport.
Yeah, I'm on the over too with my score projection right there.
Yeah, well, always at Western Kentucky games.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this, buddy, before we get out of here. Hey, which one do you feel best about?
Liberty.
Me too. And then which game are you most excited to see?
Let me check the CUSA standings real quick. I think it's the final one.
I think for me it is too. FIU at Western Kentucky, I think, is the game I want to see most.
Because FIU, all right, so they lost to Delaware. But they also FIU has looked okay at times. I mean, they beat FAU. To your point, that Penn State game got dressed up at the end. I think in first year head coaches, they start getting better and better this time of year. So the FIU Western Kentucky game for me is the game to watch.
I do too. I mean, look, I'm going to be paying close attention to that Liberty game with all my money tied up on the Flames.
Okay.
But this is the game. This is the best game of the day right here. FIU at Western Kentucky. Load up. And that's it. That's all we got for Tuesday. Tomorrow night, we will cover the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday slate. And then Wednesday night's pick show. We'll cover all of Saturday's action. And then don't forget Thursday, we got the DFS show with Rob Donaldson. We also have the FCS show, myself, Moneyline Mac. So load the fuck up, people. We're just getting started. All right, folks. Look, before we get to the Dantabase top 25, I want to let you know that the college football experience is part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, and the NHL is back, and so is the Hockey Gambling Podcast. Yes, join Ryan and Joel as they break down the biggest games, storylines, awards, and best bets throughout the season. Plus, every Friday night here on the College Experience feed, youtube.com/the College Experience, we have the Hockey Gambling the College Hockey Experience going live every Friday night. Noah Beanick, big hockey fan up there in Michigan. All right. So he's dealing out slap shots left and right for you to follow every Friday night. College hockey here on the College Experience as well. But also, NHL fans, check out the Hockey Gambling Podcast. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride. We're also brought to you by mybookie.ag. Yes, MyBookie is your place to bet on football. Oh, and everything else. Yes, their prop builder is second to none. Their motto is bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. You can easily deposit and get lightning fast payouts using crypto. So head on over to mybookie.ag, and when you do, use our promo code TCESGPN for a 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. That's mybookie.ag, promo code TCESGPN. We're also brought to you by Novig. Yes, Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market. And with Novig, you're getting the best prices because it's an exchange. Novig's available in 35 plus different states. Download the Novig app, and when you do, you'll get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code SGPN. So get in on the action with Novig. Promo code SGPN. All right, we are back. And shout out to everyone in the chat. Let's go.
I don't know what happened, why their names are displaying like that now.
Yeah, I don't know what happened either.
That's Ryan Hasey, I think.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Got to figure this shit out. But I figured out the Dantabase top 25, and I feel like this is just way better than that bullshit they're throwing out there in the Associated Press or the coaches poll. Can't trust these filthy coaches. See Kirby Smart call it timeout. No, wasn't a timeout. You can't trust these bastards. I love them, but you can't trust them.
She was ridiculous.
Can't trust them. You cannot trust them.
He goes, I didn't call. What are you talking about? I go, did they really just give him a redo?
Yeah. Well, the irony it's against Hugh Freeze, so you can't trust that guy. There's a reason why Auburn don't even give him a cell phone. Most colleges, they're like, yeah, we're gonna give you a cell phone. All right, don't worry, you won't have to pay the cell phone bill. Auburn's like, no, we don't trust you with the cell phone. But here's 120 players and some coaches. All right, and those cheerleaders over there, right? What could happen? What a world. Next up, the Dantabase top 25, and folks, we got artwork. I know right there I look a little hungover. I don't know what's happening there. Slightly hungover, but I mean, I got numbers running. I got notes up. I got bottles of alcohol. I got VCR tapes. I like to watch I don't like this high definition shit. I like to watch my football in low def. All right, low def the way it's meant to be. All right.
That Patty C's phone number.
That is Patty C's phone number up there, just in case. All right, just in case. Yeah. So anyway, at number 25, you're looking live.
Oh yeah, you're looking live.
All right, at number 25 in the Dantabase top 25 is the Tulane Green Wave, and they were not ranked for me last week. I am surprised that. Wait, did I close my window? I think I accidentally did. Hang on one second. But no, you look at the Tulane. Obviously, they won. It wasn't pretty beating ECU on Thursday night, but they got it done. And one of the things that really has helped their resume is Duke has woken up as they went. I know they didn't play this past week, but they were at Cal the week before, got that win. But the fact they didn't play and lose actually benefited them. And then the other thing is Northwestern is 4-2, folks. I repeat.
I know.
Northwestern is 4-2 and Big Ten contenders right now. So those wins looking good. The Ole Miss loss looks good because Ole Miss still undefeated. Yeah, resume is solid, sound, ready to go. And shout out to everybody in the chat there. Is that Patty C's real phone number? No, it is not. I don't think so.
Call it. See what happens. might get Linda.
At number 24, we got the Oklahoma Sooners. You know, they had a tough week, Mac.
Oh, God.
Because not only did they lose and they started Mateer like bozos, so now the committee will look at that and say, well, they had Mateer. Also, all the teams that they beat lost. I mean, Michigan, Auburn, Temple, all of them took L's. Right now it's what, October? What is this? October 13th. So we got to go all the way to October 19th. Is it Saturday? Yeah. I can't fucking count. Let's wait, October 14th. It just turned 14th. They've only had one road game and it's at Temple. How good is this Oklahoma team really? And if you didn't realize, folks, my road wins mean a lot to me on my ranking system. So right now, Oklahoma at 24. How do you feel about Oklahoma being 24th? When you look at the resume, there's not a lot of meat on the bone right now, I would say.
Well, and the one road game is Temple, which is sleepy as hell. Although Temple has looked good since that Oklahoma game, but yeah, it's crazy that we have teams that are literally hitting the road this weekend for their fourth time this year, and then you got a team like Missouri hitting the road for the first time, and Oklahoma their second time.
Yeah, Oklahoma's basically, I mean, yeah. I mean, they knew what the fuck they're doing. They knew the link wasn't gonna be packed.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sammy. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know what the display names are. Did Beanick change something here?
I don't think so, because Noah couldn't figure it out earlier either. Never know what Beanick's up to.
Yeah, I don't know who's hacking into the mainframe. All right. At number 23, I got the USC Trojans. I think if you compare the resumes between them and Oklahoma, it's a little bit better, even though I know Illinois took a loss. Well, actually, Illinois has the same record as Texas, and actually has, I think they have a better resume. But then the fact that with Oklahoma, you look at what they did. They I'm sorry, with USC, you look at what they did. They just beat Michigan, who also there's a common opponent there. They also have a road win at Purdue, which I value more than Temple. So that's the logic there. They also have not played an FCS, so I think they should be ahead of Oklahoma without question. At number 22, I got the Virginia Cavaliers, and they didn't play. They were 22. They just stayed at the same spot. And I thought about moving them down
because Florida State.
Well, Florida State and NC State both got and Stanford all lost. But I thought at the end of the day, I was like, you you look at that resume, and by the way, Coastal won, so that win got a little bit better. But I still think they deserve to be ahead of USC, because another thing is the way they lost. They lost to NC State on a game they were up the entire fucking game, and they lost on the final play of the game essentially. So I think that matters a little bit. Context. We should be watching all these games. These voters, piles of shit, should be watching all these games. You should have videotapes watching them watch these games. All right, though, at number 21, I got the Cincinnati Bearcats. They're an interesting team to break down because you look at Cincinnati. What helped them is Bowling Green came back from down 21-0 and beat Toledo. Also, Nebraska went to Maryland and won. Both of those comeback wins. But that helped them. Obviously, Iowa State and Kansas losing hurt them. But when you look at the resume, their one loss was at a neutral site game. And I know that you're not supposed to look at the context of it being like that was a road game, but it was a neutral site game, which I give them a little bit more benefit of that than, say, losing at home or something like that. So I got the Bearcats at 21. Your thoughts on these Bearcats, buddy?
Yeah, we talked about in the post game that they're an interesting team. Schedule lines up pretty nice where maybe they could get to Dallas, but it's still a Satterfield, and we know the Cincinnati fans in our chat. They're like, no, don't fall for it. We were 5-2 last year, but the Kansas win really got them going. They could easily be 6-0.
Yeah. At number 20, I got the LSU Tigers. What helped LSU was Ole Miss continues to be undefeated, who they lost to. And Clemson looks very good again. The bad news is Florida and Louisiana Tech lost, but they won those games. And I think when you compare all of those resumes, I'd still say at Clemson is the most impressive road win out of this bunch that I had behind us. So, yeah, that was the logic on putting the LSU Tigers. They also have the win against South Carolina. Don't forget that. Their resume is a little bit better than Cincinnati's. To me, it's better than everyone else's behind it. You could maybe make a case for USC, but I don't think so. I think LSU's resume is better, especially based on the road travel. Next up, because you got to remember USC's loss is to Illinois, who has 2 losses. LSU's loss is to an undefeated team. That's the logic on the fact of them being higher ranked than the other ones. Next up at number 19, I got the Navy Midshipmen, and they're my lowest ranked undefeated team. Navy's schedule is absolute dog shit. They won this past week, even though it was on some bullshit. But I mean, if you didn't see the false start by the right guard or the right tackle, no, right guard, I think it was, in the 2-point conversion that they completely missed, they got very fortunate because then it would have moved it back. And Navy's not the type of offense that just automatically would kick the extra point. And
they would have kicked it, yeah.
We'd either be in overtime or Temple would have had that timeout and probably would have kicked the game-winning field goal because Temple drove down the field. They just didn't have that timeout. But they won. But guess what? The reason why I have them ranked so bad is the competition they've played is all terrible. Temple's the best team they played. They barely won that game. They played Rice, Air Force, UAB, and guess what? All of them lost this past week. Also, VMI is not a good FCS. So, Navy at number 19, they are undefeated. At number 18, I have the Nebraska Cornhuskers. They weren't even ranked last week, but they go on the road for the first time. I know they have the neutral site, so they have like a 1.5 road game situation here, but they beat Maryland. They battle back. Maryland, see, this is the thing.
It's Maryland. Yeah.
We believe Maryland is bullshit, but right now you have to honor Maryland's record. Maryland's record says 4-2. As the season goes on, that win, we suspect, let's say if Maryland loses out, we suspect that will then hurt Nebraska as the season goes forward. They won't be number 18. They'll fall back because that win's not as impressive. But right now, it is a road win against a team with a winning record. So Nebraska at number 18, and they have they basically are 1.5 on the road. 1.5 and 0 on the road. So the neutral site game against Cincinnati meaning something with their one loss being to Michigan. All right. At number 17, I have them dogs, Georgia Bulldogs, Kirby Smart. He'll lie to your goddamn face, but look, the guy can win some games at the same time too. Tennessee, they beat Tennessee in overtime in a game they probably should have lost. And I don't even know if you should say they probably should have lost to Auburn, although I do believe if that was a touchdown, I have a hard time believing that game doesn't at least go to overtime. But the Dogs have 2 road wins. The only problem is Auburn's resume is not great right now, so you can't honor it too much. But Tennessee's resume is good, or Tennessee's record is good. So there's that. Also, the Marshall win. The Marshall win over ODU helped Georgia some. As they climbed up from a week ago. So I got them Dogs at 17. At number 16, I got them Houston Cougars. This is an interesting one. I can hear you saying, how the fuck you putting Houston above Georgia?
They got road wins.
Well, they not only do they have road wins, they lost to Texas Tech, who is undefeated. Georgia lost to Alabama, who lost to a team that is not very good right now, 3-3, right? And Florida State. That matters to me. Also, if Auburn wins, it'll help Georgia. We'll see where it's at. But right now, and yeah, and there's another factor that you alluded to is they have 3 road wins as opposed to Georgia's 2. So that's the logic on having the Cougs at number 16. At number 15, I got them Ducks dropping big time. this is one where you look at the resume, and I think there's potential here. Like, this is a phony resume, dude.
Yeah, it is. And they've looked the part, but like they haven't played really anybody outside of Northwestern.
Northwestern is their best win, who's 4-2. That's the only team they have a win against with a winning record. The rest are trash. I mean, Montana State, the FCS, I'll give you a little bit of credit there because they're a good FCS. You put Montana State in the MAC, they're going to win 10 games. You know, they're going to go 9-3 or 10-2 or something. But I don't know. This one, it's basically because I'm giving them the credit of going on the road to Penn State and to Northwestern. 2 away games, road wins. One of them with a winning record. The other, 500. I think you got to honor that right now. I think it's looking worse though. As I look in the future, I'm like, ooh. So give me Oregon at number 15. Your thoughts on 15, 16, 17 there?
Yeah. Maybe you would make the argument that Tennessee should be over Houston because their 2 road wins are definitely harder than Houston's 3 road wins, I guess. But Houston does have an additional one. I'm with you on the Oregon one. As much as I sang their praises, I didn't think Penn State was as bad as they were until, we found out that they suck. So you start looking at Oregon's resume, they really haven't beaten anybody. I mean, when Northwestern's your marquee win, that's a little concerning. So we need to see a little bit more from Oregon.
Wait, Tennessee though, you brought up Tennessee. They have 2 road wins. Am I crazy?
No, I said Georgia has 2 road wins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
I was like, Tennessee, I was like, I don't even have, okay.
Oh,
okay.
No, I meant Georgia has 2 really good road wins in terms of hostile environments. I mean, winning at Knoxville and winning at Auburn, those are 2 hard wins.
True. And look, my thing is I'm trying to remove, we value Temple as a tough away game or an away game, just like not a tough game. We just say it's an away game. There's levels to the away game. It's a group of 5 away game.
Yeah.
Right. But as far as Auburn, I can't tell you that okay, I know Auburn's environment is better than what Oklahoma State's currently got going, but I didn't break it down like that because Auburn, who the fuck has Auburn beat? Baylor, right? That's
Baylor.
it.
Baylor
right?
should win. Yeah.
It makes it tricky, but I try to just remove the emotions from it. I know at Auburn's harder, in my opinion, but if you were to do that, you could get very subjective differences between which environment you think is harder. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, Oregon at 15. At number 14, I got the South Florida Bulls. You fuck with the Bulls, you get the horns, and that's what happened in North Texas. Look, UCF is an interesting one because their resume got a lot better because, they won and they blew out North Texas, but also Boise won against New Mexico. Now, Florida did lose and Charlotte did lose, but I'd still say that blowout win, it means something there on the road. They have 2 road wins too now. So shout out to South Florida. At number 13, the Memphis Tigers. Could that be a preview of the AAC Championship? Look, Memphis didn't play last week, but their resume is kind of phony, if I'm being honest. But if you're honoring the win at Arkansas, the home win against Arkansas, even though Arkansas just lost, but we're gonna give Ole Miss that same credit in a minute here. You know what I mean? And then Georgia State lost, so they didn't necessarily get better, but I think they're kind of phony. How about you?
Yeah, I can't believe they're 6-0 again. When we did the preview, they lost all that production, and here they are, 6-0 again. Yeah, I mean their big wins, Arkansas, in that crazy comeback fashion. They're going to get tested down the stretch. I mean, they still got USF, Tulane, and ECU and Navy on the schedule.
Yeah. Memphis been fire ATS. You're right.
Where are they 6-0?
Yeah. Unbelievable. At number 12, I have UNLV. We know they're phony, but the system is the system. You remove your emotions from this, and the system tells you got to rank them there. They have more road wins.
Kills you.
I mean, really, it's ridiculous. But Mac lost in all of this past week, with the exception of Sam Houston State losing that heartbreaker to Jacksonville State. All their other teams on their schedule won. Miami, Ohio, UCLA, Wyoming, all won. And that UCLA win is looking good. So you have to rank them at 12th. You have to. Like, you have to rank, as far as the group of 5 teams, I feel like you have to, based off of, you're just looking at road wins and then their resume improving. It did. I mean, look, they're phony. But I think you got to rank them at 12.
I hate them.
Yeah. Rhinoceros shit. This is completely subjective. Well, isn't any fucking poll? What's a poll that's not subjective? At number 11, I have the Vanderbilt Commodores. They had a bye week, but they had a bad bye week, with the exception of Alabama winning against Missouri, Georgia State, Virginia Tech, South Carolina. They all lost. It's not fun for you. That's what makes them drop back a little bit, man. So these doors at number 11. And then we're going to get to the top 10. But before we do that, I do want to let you know that the college football experience is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, Underdog is a great place to play fantasy pick'em, where you can win up to 500 times the amount of money you enter. Simply pick higher or lower on your favorite player stats. It's available for a ton of different sports. Shit, I was playing it on CFL this afternoon. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers too. Play just $5, get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with our promo code TCESGPN. And we're also brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm is crushing it in college football and NFL with their picks and props. And look, Rhythm is also giving away a weekly cash prize for tracking your own bets in the app. Track 5 bets of the same type from any model that you build, and you could win not $1,000, not $100,000. Use the promo code SGPN25 when you download Rhythm. The Rhythm app, that is. That's RITHMM for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm and use that promo code SGPN25. All right. Vanderbilt at number 11. Mac, remember the drama last week? How the hell could you put Vanderbilt ahead of Alabama? Well, last week I thought their resume was better, but guess what? Alabama is now ahead of Vanderbilt at number 10. This is logical. This is not bullshit. This is not this.
As far as what my votes are and what my process is, I wake up early in the morning after covering a game late in the night before.
It never gets old.
Yeah. So I got Alabama at number 10. The only thing that hurts Bama is the road loss to Florida State, who was 3-3. But I think if you compare the resumes to, first off, they now have 2 road wins, the same as Vanderbilt, and they have the head-to-head against Vanderbilt. So I think you must say Alabama deserves to be ranked ahead of Vanderbilt. So yes,
they better hope Florida State starts winning some games, because that loss is
dude. I was thinking about this. I was like, Florida State could end up like 5-7 or 6-6 or something. I don't know. That might be they just better take care of their own shit and win the SEC or something. But yeah,
they're getting to the point. They're getting to the point where they're going to have to go 10-2 rather than 9-3. If that
they go 9-3, and if Florida State is 5-7, now I know they were left out last year, and it was week 1. Maybe they could get that pass of it being week 1, but it's going to be hard to put them in with that bad of a loss potentially. That was an ass whooping. That was not a 3-point game. That was an ass whooping.
Yep.
All right, at number 9. I got the Utah Utes. As far as one-loss teams, I still believe they should be ranked number 1 of the one-loss teams, in my opinion. And the logic is this: they have 3. First, their loss, Texas Tech, is better than Florida State. You know what I mean? So, like, comparing it to Alabama, who I have as the second best team with 1 loss, Utah's 1 loss is to a team ranked in the top 5. In my top 5, and Florida State ain't even ranked at all. So that's the logic there. But also, Utah has 3 road wins where Alabama only has 2. So I would value that. Also, how about their resume? That UCLA road win's looking a lot better. You know what I mean? That Wyoming win's looking better after winning in Laramie, and Wyoming winning this past week. You look at Alabama's resume got a little shittier, because Vandy didn't play. ULM loses to Coastal, a shitty Coastal team. Wisconsin gets shut out by Iowa. Florida State loses. So Bama got actually toasted on their resume to a certain extent. So that's why I believe Utah should be number 9. At number 8, I got the BYU Cougars. We have the Holy War this week, 8 versus 9 in Dantabase Top 25. Can't wait for it. One of my favorite rivalries. Look, we know this team has got a horseshoe up their ass to a certain extent, but you look at it, 3 road wins. All, 2 Power 5 wins. The other one's a 500 win or better on the road. And their resume did get, Colorado won, so that helped a little bit. Although I know Stanford lost at SMU there, but BYU at number 8. That's the logic. At number 7, I got the Ole Miss Rebels. They actually dropped. They dropped in the rankings. They played a Washington State team that was not very good, and they played it a very close game. But also the fact that Arkansas lost to Tennessee and Georgia State lost. Georgia State got their ass whooped by Appalachian State at home there in Atlanta. That's what hurt their resume. Yes, LSU winning against South Carolina helped it some, but that was the logic on Ole Miss dropping a little bit in the polls. At number 6, I got the Texas A&M Aggies. Look, the Utah State lost to Hawaii on the island. That hurt them, but UTSA beating the piss out of Rice helped them. Notre Dame winning also as well. But another thing is Auburn lost. That hurt them as well. So A&M at number 6. At number 5, I have the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Texas Tech, you look at what they've done. First off, how about this? Utah, Kent State, and Houston all won. The only team that they on their schedule that took an L was Oregon State. They're fucking terrible. But the resume continues to improve with Utah and the other teams looking better. That's the logic on the Red Raiders being number 5. At number 4, I got the Miami Hurricanes. They went from number 1 to number 4 because that Florida State went on the road. Don't look as good because the Pitt Panthers went down there and stuck it to them. But the South Florida win looks better. But another thing is the Florida win does not look as good. But the Notre Dame win continues to improve. So they dropped. They didn't play. They dropped a couple spots. I think so far. Are you with me on these undefeated teams?
Yeah, I think Tech and A&M should be behind Miami. I mean, Miami has they only have the one road win, but I'm trying to not have it was a lit environment. But yeah, I would have Miami, Tech, and A&M in this range.
Yeah. At number 3, I have Ohio State. Oh man, they jumped up, and a lot of it is because their resume is all of a sudden looking a lot better. Texas beats Oklahoma, so that Texas win now has a little validity to it. Minnesota beats Purdue in overtime. Minnesota's 4-2. Do I think Minnesota's phony? I do, but I'm removing my thoughts. I'm just looking at the record. 4-2. That's a good win then. Washington also won against Rutgers, so that improved their wins all across the board. And that's why Ohio State makes a big jump in the rankings there. At number 2, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. So I feel like I've steadily been between 2 and 3.
They've been 2 all year for you.
Yeah. I mean, well, look what helped their resume. They had a great week. They won against Virginia Tech, covered the 14.5. But also Clemson won. Colorado won. Wake Forest won. All the teams on their schedule won. So I almost put them at number 1. I think you can make a case they deserve to be number 1. Even though we know that Wake Forest game, they got very fortunate from the refs there. But, yeah, Yellow Jackets at number 2. The resume continues to look good. And then at number 1, I have the Indiana Hoosiers. They have road wins, multiple road wins against teams with winning records. All right. Iowa and Oregon are 2 Power 5 schools with winning records. They won at both of them. I also think the ass whooping against Illinois looks really good, considering Ohio State couldn't do the same. And then the fact, how about Kennesaw and Old Dominion? I know Old Dominion lost this past week, which hurt them some, but Old Dominion overall looking like a good Power 5 or a good group of 5, and Kennesaw looking a lot better with a huge win on what day was that, Tuesday or Wednesday. So Indiana at 1, your thoughts. And then let me ask you this. Could Indiana win the national championship this year?
Yes. I'm convinced that if you can go into Eugene and Iowa City 2 times in 3 weeks and win both games, yeah, you can win a national championship. And I know that this isn't part of the ranking system, but those are 2 of the harder environments in all of college football. So, yeah, Indiana has by far the best resume. I don't even think it's close when you factor in their G5s that they beat too.
Yeah, their G5s are pretty good G5 wins.
Yeah.
It didn't look as good at the beginning of the year, but now as the season's going along, you're like, whoa, they're pretty decent there. Yeah.
Kent State,
we're working on that, man. We're working on that. Shout out to Dane in the chat. Come to the Duke game this weekend. I want to watch the game with you. Send me a DM on Twitter at TheColbyD. I might be going to that one, man. I'm thinking about me and NC Nick were talking about that yesterday. So maybe we can make that come to fruition there. And that concludes the Dantabase Top 25. Now, if you're new to the show, we do a segment. Basically, it's called the Pick Dundee Bullshit segment of the week. Where we create content, hypothetical answers. There is no right answer. There is no wrong answer, unless you're opinionated about it and you argue about it. We would do this in my basement. Growing up as kids, we'd get pissed drunk as teenagers, and then you'd be arguing about, God damn it, I tell you, this team's better. Michigan can't do this. I can't do fucking Ohio State's run game. And that's pretty much what you do. There's no right answer. It's just fun to create content. I don't know if you've seen this, but Stephen A. Smith's a millionaire over this shit. It's like $40 million a year. Well, there's a bunch of these shows. Skip Bayless still doesn't think LeBron James is a good basketball player. All right. I mean, there's a lot of dumb shit out there. I don't think this is that dumb. But I do think there is. It's filler. It's filler, but it's fun. It's fun to think about. You ready to go to the land down under, Mac?
Let's do it.
All right, the Moneyline Macintosh. Land down under.
There we go.
Welcome to the land down under. Quarterbacks are all pussies. Yes, yes. Welcome to the land down under. Dome. Football sucks. Death to neutral site games. Long live the real kickoff. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. All right, ready. Here we go. All right. Ready? Hot pop quiz, hot shot. I still gotta add that to the board. Matt Rhule will be the next Penn State head football coach. Mac, yes or no?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. USC is the 3rd best team in the Big Ten.
No. 4th best.
Who's 3rd? Oregon?
I'll go Oregon over USC. Yeah.
All right. Cincinnati's the 2nd best team in the Big 12.
No.
Okay. All right. All right.
I mean, good God. That one was easy. They no way. No way. I can't get there, Cincinnati.
All right. Next up, pop quiz, hot shot. If these teams were to play in-state battles, Texas Tech versus Texas A&M, who the fuck would you take?
Tech.
Tulane, LSU right now if they played.
Where's the game at, by the way?
Neutral. Which means LSU would have the crowd.
Yeah, LSU barely.
Navy, Maryland if they played tomorrow.
Oh, Navy. They lots of kids stop the triple option.
Army and Syracuse if they play tomorrow.
Army, Syracuse's backup quarterback's horrible.
Yeah. I got one more page of these for you.
Why was I so confident in the 2 option teams?
I know, because I think you're right. I agree with you. East Carolina, North Carolina, they played right now.
ECU.
Yep. South Florida, UCF right now.
The Bulls.
Tennessee, Memphis.
Tennessee barely.
They both played Arkansas, right? What was that score difference?
Tennessee won by 3.
What did Memphis won by?
1.
Yeah, it's pretty close. Marshall, West Virginia. Let's get to it. The fans have hit me up. They want to know about this answer.
You know who would win? West Virginia. We've never lost to Marshall. Gibby learned from Rich Rod. He knows how the bastard thinks. Rich Rod,
dude, that's
never
the one
lose Marshall.
That's the one I hesitated on the most. After watching Marshall this past week, I was like, I don't know. That would be a fucking game. That would be a game right now.
We
Out
would
of this
not
slate.
lose to Pitt or Marshall. We would go 2-10, and we beat Pitt and Marshall, and that's all that matters.
Chat, let us know your answers. Let us know your answers there.
Yeah, let me know, you pricks. You scumbag, you dirtbags.
All right. How about this? By the end of the season, which team in Florida will have the most wins between these four? Florida, UCF, Florida State, or Florida Atlantic?
Well, let's get.
You can pull up the schedules.
I also wanted to see. So paint the picture. FAU's at 3 right now. The Gators are at 2. They're 2-4. Florida State's at 3-3, and UCF's at 3-3. God.
So right now, hold on. I'm going to give you Florida
Might be a
schedule.
4-way tie.
So right now, Florida is 2-4. Their next game is home to Mississippi State. I'm assuming you have them winning that.
Yeah.
3-4. They could fire their coach during that bye week. Who knows? Then they have the cocktail party.
Loss.
So 3-5. Then at Kentucky.
Oh, I kind of think they might lose that. Man, we'll give them that one. We'll be generous.
4-5. Then at Ole Miss.
Loss.
4-6. Home to Tennessee.
They're gonna go 5-7.
You have them beating Florida State in the final game or no?
I think I do. I may have them win the last 2 to get to 6-6. That would be such a Sunbelt, Billy. 6-6.
All right, now Florida State is currently 3-3. They are at Stanford on Saturday.
Oh, that's a loss.
3-4. I agree. That's just a team that quits, just going all the way out to the farm. 3-4. Then they get a bye week, and then they're home to Wake Forest.
We'll give them a win because it's in Tallahassee, but I don't feel confident about that.
Yeah, Wake looks pretty good.
Yeah.
4-4 at Clemson.
Loss.
4-5 home to Virginia Tech.
We'll give them that one too. Same logic as Wake. Don't feel good about it.
5-5, and then at NC State, at Florida. You already gave Florida a win there, so are they going 5-7?
The winner of Florida State goes to a bowl game. The loser goes 5-7, and the coach is fired. Oh, this is going to be great.
This is going to be great. So that puts that right there at so Florida over Florida State with the most wins there. Let's jump on over to UCF here.
Big game this Saturday. 2 wins, Big 12.
So UCF currently 3-3. They are home to West Virginia on Saturday. Who you taking?
Taking the Mountaineers, man. They're backed up at the quarterback position.
So 3-4, that would put the very Golden Knights. Then they get a bye week, and then they're at Baylor.
Loss.
3-5, home to Houston on a Friday night.
God, would Fritz drop this one? This is a tricky spot. We'll say that they split the West Virginia Houston home games.
All right, so 4-5.
Yeah.
At Texas Tech.
No.
4-6.
Yeah.
Home to Oklahoma State.
Win.
5-7 at BYU.
Oh my God, they got to go to BYU the last week. There's fucking Orlando boys going to the Soaker. They're gonna get killed. Yeah, 5-7.
Woo. 5-7. Then let's jump on over to.
It's gonna be FAU, isn't it?
Hold on, I'm gonna pull this up.
Oh,
So you have UCF, and I mean, how great is Miami going to look after all this in South Florida? But Florida Atlantic currently 3-3. They are at South Florida this weekend.
No,
they are at Navy next weekend.
You're not going to win that one either.
So 3-5 bye week. They're home to Tulsa.
They can get that one.
4-5 at Tulane.
I don't think they're going to win that one.
4-6 home to UConn.
Loss.
4-7 home to ECU.
I mean, ECU's better, but would ECU fuck around in this game down there in Boca Raton?
Sure.
Yeah. We'll give them this one, 5-7.
So you have Florida being the team with the best record of the four. Best record of the four.
And they have the worst record right now. Sunbelt Billy, he rallies. 6-6.
I mean, come on, state of Florida. This is pathetic. Miami and South Florida just laughing. You know what? I should have put FIU on here, but I thought they would win the thing.
They would. It was. I mean,
think FIU's got the best shot to have the best record of these 5 schools.
I was beyond generous with the Gators to get them to 6-6. I mean, that's how these teams are not going better than like at best 6-6 is like the ceiling for any of these teams.
Yeah, and shout out to Pasty in the chat there. Florida State's ACC record since suing them. What is it? 1-10 since suing the ACC. The funniest thing about that is they reworked a contract based on winning. You get more money. So the more you win in the conference, the more money you get. But none of it's going to Florida State ever since they sued them because they keep losing. No, it is fucking hilarious, dude. It's like they were the most outspoken on this, and they're just the ones like taking. I mean, it's just classic karma.
It's great. Fuck
all
those.
right. Next up, team most likely to make the playoffs here, and I want you to rank all 4. SMU 1, Houston 2, Iowa 3, BYU 4. Give me the odds to make the playoffs in your mind and in order from 1 to 4.
So I think the most likely is Iowa. I think Iowa with the schedule that we laid out. Then I would probably go BYU, just because they are 6-0 and they control their destiny to get to Dallas. I don't know if they're good enough. Then I'd probably go SMU. Then I go Houston.
Yeah,
I think Houston's another year away.
Yeah.
Do you think SMU's good? By the way,
I think it's the wacky ACC. I mean, I think they're decent. I think they're decent. They're in similar vein with Pitt, but I like Pitt's schedule to get to the ACC championship better than SMU's. Where do you? I mean, SMU's at Clemson this weekend. Well, wait, I think that might be a question on here, but do you like their odds?
No, not at Clemson. No, and then they have another tricky road game at the end too.
Yeah, I can't remember. Maybe Louisville.
Love for Houston in the chat.
Yeah. Gary in the chat saying BYU 1, Iowa 2, Houston 3, SMU 4. Sammy saying Houston 1, Iowa 2, BYU 3, SMU 4.
Iowa's got a good schedule coming down the stretch, everybody.
They better get Penn State. The 1-game bump scares me a little bit, but
yeah, but it is in Iowa City.
Yeah. All right, next up, pop quiz hot shot. Most counterfeit team at least 4, and I want you to rank them. Missouri 1, LSU 2, Virginia 3, Oregon 4.
I mean, the number 1 is easiest, Missouri. They're so counterfeit. They haven't played a fucking road game yet, and they're still not undefeated. 2, LSU. They're an underdog to Vanderbilt this week. Who ever thought we would ever say those words?
You know what's crazy, man, is I agree with you, because I was thinking in my head, if LSU played Virginia, I would take Virginia right now, which is fucking insane to say.
Yeah, what happened to LSU's offense? I don't
That's
understand.
insane to say right now, but I think I would take Virginia to beat LSU. That's crazy.
Then I'd probably go Virginia, then Oregon. I know Oregon's resume isn't very good, but they have so much goddamn talent on that roster.
Yeah. All right, saying if Iowa doesn't get blown out at USC, yes, you're right.
Yeah, they'd be 9-3 and protect home field. They'd have a shot.
So Moneyline Mac, out of these 4 teams is saying Missouri's the most counterfeit, second most is LSU, third most Virginia, and the least is Oregon. I think I agree. Exactly. I didn't do a good job on these questions because I want a difference. Next up, which group of 5 team is most likely to make the playoffs right now? Memphis. Not right now, but in your mind. I'm not saying like based on the pollsters. I'm saying in your mind.
Yeah.
Who has the best path? Who's doing it? Who's the best team? Because it's not necessarily the best team. It's the best path / team.
Yeah, we should do a quick highlight on the schedules because Memphis, South Florida, and Tulane seem like they're all on a collision course here.
And if you're listening to this audio, it's Memphis, South Florida, Tulane, UNLV as the 4. So Memphis, their schedule remaining.
They get everybody at home. It's probably Memphis 1.
They got the Battle of the Bones at UAB. Remember, Trent Dilfer fired, 1-game coaching bump. potentially.
Oh, great. This would be great. UAB wills the season.
That's a rivalry game too, dude.
Yeah.
South Florida at the Liberty Bowl, the world famous Liberty Bowl there. Then on a Friday night, heading down to Rice, take on the Rice Owls. Then they are on another Friday night back at the Liberty Bowl, taking on Tulane. Then they're at ECU, which has been they have had a hard time at ECU. I will say that they match up bad in that when they go to Dowdy. And then they get a bye week, and then they're home to Navy. So in one regard, the schedule might be nice as far as your home spots, but dude, you're getting kind of like what USF, Tulane, ECU, and Navy is pretty. Yeah, the only thing they're avoiding is what, like North Texas, right?
Yeah.
So
go look at USF's road games though.
So South Florida has a rivalry game this week against Florida Atlantic in Raymond James. Then they're at Memphis. Then they get a bye week. Then a short week, but it's off a bye. So as UTSA comes to town, that's a dangerous game. Then they head to Annapolis on November 15th to take on Navy. They're going to lose that game, aren't they?
Yep.
Then they have a back-to-back away as they go to Penetrobe Stadium to take on UAB, and then they're home to Rice. I mean, it really kind of comes down to that Navy game, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then who's the third team we have in this?
It might be Tulane.
Right?
Tulane might have the best path.
Tulane, once again, they have 2 Power 5 wins too, and Duke's currently undefeated in the ACC, and Northwestern's currently at the top amongst the, not at the very top, but towards the top of the Big Ten currently. Tulane is hosting Army this week. They get a bye week. Then they are at UTSA.
That's a hard game.
But it's on a Thursday, because then you get an extra day to prep for the road trip to Memphis. That is a tough back-to-back away, though.
Yeah. And then look at their last road game.
Yeah, and then home to Florida Atlantic after Memphis, and then at Temple. They're losing that fucking game. They are losing that fucking game to Temple, right? Then they're home to Charlotte, the final game of the season. Man, this is a fucking good exercise, dude. Like,
these 3 teams have tough schedules.
I mean, who do you put there?
I'm not putting UNLV. They're 4th. They're not.
Well, let's talk about UNLV's schedule. UNLV currently 6-0. They're at Boise State this weekend. After Boise State, they get a bye week. Yes, you got them losing that. Then they're home to New Mexico. Jason Eck.
Get them.
I say lost, dude. Get out of here. I'm so sick of this Rebel trash.
They have a common opponent. New Mexico beat the shit out of UCLA.
Yeah. Then at Colorado State. November 8th, Fort Collins. Little sissy dome team going up to Canvas Stadium, even though they won at Wyoming in the snow with 3 block punts. Then they're home to Utah State. Then they're home to Hawaii. And then they're at Nevada for the Battle of the Fremont Canyon there. Mac, which is the 4 rankings here? And shout out to R. Wright, who says, can we throw Navy's chances in there? All right. While we're here, let's do this. Let's do this exercise. Because
it's going to be Navy.
Navy's remaining, they got lucky on Saturday, dude. That's a false start.
They have hard road games too.
They got a bye week this week. Then they're home to Florida Atlantic. Then they're at North Texas, followed by at Notre Dame. Then they're that 3. Oh my God, no way. Then they're home to South Florida.
Yeah.
Bye week. Then on Thanksgiving, they're at Memphis, followed by the Army Navy game, which I guess would be irrelevant to making the college football playoffs. No way. No way. No fucking way.
I'm going to go, and the odds do reflect this. I'm looking at the odds for these teams. I'm going to go with what Vegas is saying. I agree. I think it's Memphis 1, South Florida 2, Tulane 3. Then I would put Navy, because I didn't realize that they had those hard road games too.
Well, and especially like Navy, that we took Navy to upset South Florida, but it's after the body blow that is Notre Dame.
Yeah.
That's tough.
And South Florida's better. Yeah. It's that order right there on the screen. Memphis, South Florida, Tulane, UNLV. UNLV would be last. I don't care what their schedule is. You got to be good.
I love Navy. I want Navy. I love Drew Cronick's offense. I think it's fascinating to watch, but I just think that schedule, man. Look at that 4-game stretch at North Texas, at Notre Dame, home to South Florida, at Memphis. 3 of the 4 on the road.
Ridiculous.
That's tough.
Memphis has the easiest path, even though their schedule is tough.
I mean, the irony is I think Memphis might be the most counterfeit of the AAC teams. UNLV is the most counterfeit. but
have to throw that in there.
Yeah, they're by far the most counterfeit. All right. Shout out to All Right, by the way, giving us $10. Appreciate you, All Right. All right, pop quiz hot shot. Who's the next coach to be fired? Billy Napier at Florida, Luke Fickell, Wisconsin, Mike Norvell, Florida State, Hugh Freeze at Auburn. You got look, you got it right on Saturday or Sunday when you said Franklin will be fired before Norvell.
I didn't say he'd be fired on Saturday, though. I never saw that coming. What just fucking happened?
Well, this one's hilarious because you essentially have Napier at home against Mississippi State, but I tend to think Florida's waiting to the bye week. So I think regardless of the outcome, even if he beats Mississippi State, they could fire him. Then you have Luke Fickell taking on Ohio State, and I got a feeling it'll be another rout. Norvell goes to Stanford. You want to talk about a time to fire someone when you go to the farm?
Leave him out right? On the coach. It's Norvell. Norvell's by far one now.
And then what? You have Auburn is hosting Missouri. So if Missouri comes into Auburn, you think by far Norvell, huh? Some say Fickell, some say Freeze. Some say Billy. You're getting 4 different answers right now in the chat.
Well, so I want to ask you this too. Who has the money, the fuck you money to say, I don't care, we're going to find the money to get him the hell out of here? I think
I actually think it would be Auburn. I think Auburn would be the first.
It might be Auburn, but Auburn is by far the best team out of these 4, I think.
I don't know. I might take Florida to beat Auburn. I think Florida might be the best team out of it.
Yeah, it could be. Let's go Norvell, Napier, Freeze, Fickell. They'll somehow give Fickell.
Well, Wisconsin, I think they're nice people up there.
They're too nice people up there,
even though they're all serial killers.
Yeah,
right?
They should fire. They should have fired Fickell after that Iowa game. Oh God, how do you lose by 40 to Iowa?
Unbelievable.
Only Loxley does that.
Yeah. Next up, we got this one. Which week 8 upset is most likely for you? I should say. Army at Tulane, Northern Illinois at Ohio, Memphis at UAB, or Florida Atlantic at USF. And power rank these. The most likely outcome for the upset here. You got a lot of some of these are double-digit spreads too. Most of them, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, there's one that's 21. There's a couple 21s on here. Number 1 is always the max. So Northern Illinois, because that league makes no fucking sense. Then Army. I think it'd be Army after that. The triple. They've already won at K-State. And then I would go UAB. with
the one-game bump, rivalry game.
Yeah, post-Dilfer, and then FAU. I can't see FAU winning there, even though it's a rivalry game.
Yeah, the chat loving the Northern Illinois. They said Northern Illinois beating Ohio. I could totally see it.
It's the MAC.
Yeah. All right, let's do it one more time. Texas. These are for the Power 5 schools. Which upsets most likely? Texas at Kentucky, Washington State at Virginia, Oregon at Rutgers, Texas A&M at Arkansas. Power rank these.
Arkansas, first game with Petrino at home, road rash. They almost got Tennessee. And finally, that game's not in stupid-ass Jerry World. Then I'll go Kentucky, Rutgers, then Wazoo.
Wazoo, Virginia is what is that? Back-to-back away, by the way. What
is that? Let's go to Ole Miss, and then let's go to Virginia.
Like 6,000 travel miles right there. Good Lord.
Stupid as fuck.
I feel sorry. They probably had to because they're like, we need an opponent. I mean, normally you would say Washington State, Virginia, just scream with the way Washington State played against Ole Miss.
Yeah.
But I agree. Road rash face, the homecoming. All right, the homecoming.
That's happening.
That rivalry hasn't been played on campus in like over a decade. So I mean, this place is gonna burn for that.
Oh yeah. That's happening.
Yeah, Rusty Shackelford. Rutgers beating Oregon would be fucking hilarious, by the way.
Then they would really be counterfeit.
Yeah, that would be. Well, it's
Are
just
they calling for bad weather on Saturday?
I don't know, dude. Someone's got a Piscataway weather. I mean, Oregon's used to playing Saturday. No, 70.
Damn.
No, it's a Friday game. Actually, at night, 43 degrees. So, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Might be a little chilly for these Ducks up there in Piscataway. Danny DeVito's blood money dancing all around. Yeah, I actually thought to me the Texas A&M Arkansas was 1. I had Washington State, Virginia 2, Texas, Kentucky 3, Oregon, Rutgers 4.
How funny would it be if Texas lost to Kentucky?
Oh, that'd be great. It'd be great. It'd be absolutely great. Yeah, Oregon having the travel is the issue. I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I could see that too. I think that game's intriguing. Wait, the Oregon Rutgers game's a Saturday game, so it is 70. It's not Friday night. I think I was thinking of last week's, so I stand corrected. All right, pop quiz, hot shot. Most boring game on this upcoming slate. We got Florida State at Stanford, Oregon at Rutgers, Maryland at UCLA, Nebraska at Minnesota. Nebraska Minnesota is a Friday game, so they're forcing us. They're forcing us.
2 counterfeit teams.
Power rank the chances, like for you to put this on the main TV. What is the pecking order here, and what is to you just like one that you're just like, really, why would you put this game on the schedule? Why, if someone gave you free tickets, would you go to any of these? By the way,
you couldn't pay me enough to go watch Loxley versus Nico. my personal bias in these power rankings.
This is a deer in a cage, right? I feel like Maryland at UCLA is the clear-cut winner here, right? It's
By
just
far.
so bad. It's such a bad game.
And then you add in it's Nico and Loxley. It's like, oh God, get this away from me. That game better be on Peacock. Subscribe.
Florida State, Stanford is close though, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, Oregon, Rutgers is dumb as shit too. Nebraska, Minnesota has history, like as far as the states being close by, and they played pre-Big 8 and Big 12 and stuff. But like, it still feels weird. The game feels weird, but I do think that's probably the best of the 4.
I think so too. Because I guess it has the most regionality.
Yeah.
At least they're both in the Midwest.
There's some shit talk there.
Yeah, I want to go Florida State, Stanford too, just because now we have the Norvell, leave them out there on the West Coast angle.
I mean, Florida State, Stanford's hilarious just because of that. You know what I mean? Like, I actually think that might be the upset I'm rooting for most, just because Florida State fans will be going crazy. They're super pissed. Remember, Florida State voted no to Stanford and Cal and SMU coming into the conference. So a trip out to the farm would be fucking hilarious. And it'll be your first time under 500 there this season. Yeah, Maryland, UCLA is like, you want to talk about torture. They might try that in Guantanamo Bay. Yeah, that might be, they might just put here you go. All right, you're forced to watch this. Maryland, UCLA. All right, next up.
That might be the dumbest game of the year.
Yeah, no, it's up. It's in the running. The game you're most excited to see out of these 4: USC at Notre Dame, Utah at BYU, Tennessee at Alabama, LSU at Vanderbilt.
You mean the game that College Game Day picked isn't on the top 4 games? You see where they're going to Georgia and Ole Miss? Like, what the fuck? That is so dumb. They should just rename it the SEC Game Day. The Holy War is definitely one.
Yeah,
especially with how much juice that thing has and how that thing ended last year. USC Notre Dame Tennessee Alabama is always a really good one too. The cigar game, I'll go USC Notre Dame number 2 just because of the history of the rivalry. We may not get to see it for a while, or if USC is dumb enough to pull that move. Then I'll go the 3rd Saturday in October with Tennessee, Alabama, the cigar game. I love the LSU Vandy game, but the other 3 have history and tradition.
What's great about the LSU Vanderbilt game is if Vanderbilt wins, LSU fans are going to be going in fucking insane, dude.
They're already going insane that they're an underdog to Vanderbilt.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like, but then they'll be like, how the hell did Brian Kelly? And now we're losing to Vanderbilt on the like. It has great potential for just hilarity. So
yeah.
I think I agree with you, though.
Yeah.
I think I agree with you.
And if we threw Georgia Ole Miss on here, that would be 5th.
Yeah, that's true. I agree completely. Next. Pop quiz hot shot. We do have a second slate. And I didn't put that Georgia Ole Miss bullshit on here either.
It didn't even make our top 8.
Yeah, Georgia Tech is at Duke. 2 undefeated teams in the ACC going head to head. Washington at Michigan. I think that deserves to be here because it was a national championship 2 years ago, right? UNLV at Boise State. This has been, they played for the Mountain West Championship a year ago. And then Texas Tech heading to Sun Devil Stadium to take on Arizona State is a pretty intriguing game because Arizona State got their ass whooped last week, but they didn't have Sam Levitt. And it makes you wonder, they got Sam Levitt ready for this. They're trying to that was their first Big 12 loss. Their other loss was Mississippi State. So that's irrelevant on making the Big 12 championship. You win this, you're right back in the mix. You have a tiebreaker over Texas Tech. What are you doing here on these 4 games? Because I find all 4 to be compelling to a certain extent.
I'm going to be Big 12 bias here. That last one, you got the team that's the clear front runner now, the money team versus the defending champs out there in Tempe. So, and you got a little desert on desert here with Sun Devils and the Red Raiders. So that would be one. Then I'll probably go Georgia Tech Duke. That game has a lot of juice in the ACC. Then UNLV Boise, just because I want to see Boise beat the hell out of them on the blue turf again. And then I'll go Washington, Michigan. That game, I know it's a rematch of the national championship, but it doesn't have that much implications with the playoffs.
All right, Santa, we sure Levitt is playing. If Levitt's not playing, then that would not be the answer. But I think they were purposely knowing that they got to get him ready for Texas Tech. Now, if they lose, I mean, if Levitt isn't playing, this game's over then. And this all of a sudden drops to 4th.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah. But yeah, I think they were purposely doing that to get him ready for Texas Tech. But yeah. All right, just 2 more left. Most likely ACC championship game out of these 4 options only. We're not saying take Miami against Pitt, Duke against Virginia, Georgia Tech versus Cal. Remember, Cal's got a fucking great schedule the remainder of the season. I don't know if you've seen that. I know Cal's lost 1 game, but they have same as Pitt. They have a very nice schedule the rest of the season. And then Miami against Louisville, which they play this Friday. So then the loser would need some help to get to the ACC championship. What is the most likely of the 4? Because I think the obvious would be like, well, the 2 best teams are Miami and Louisville. But if they play each other, which they do this Friday, then it makes it a little tricky for their path to both play in the ACC championship.
Well, you could say the same for Miami and Pitt. They play the final week of the season, I believe. Yeah. I think it's Duke, Virginia. They're both sitting at 3-0, and they both kind of control. Do they play? All right, so they play the second to last game of the year. Do Cal and Georgia Tech play?
I don't think so. Dude, Cal's schedule. I'm gonna pull this up. I know they lost to
Cal.
Duke.
Is Cal gonna fucking
look at this schedule for Cal? They're home to North Carolina, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming you think they're gonna beat North Carolina, right?
I would hope so.
They're at Virginia Tech. I mean, they could lose that game, but they could win that game. They won at Boston College. You could win at Virginia Tech right now, right? Yeah. Home to Virginia. It's in Berkeley going cross country. I like that edge, right?
Yeah.
At Louisville. Okay, that's a loss, right? Bye week at Stanford, and then they're home to SMU.
That'd be hilarious. I'm going to go Duke, Virginia, then Miami, Louisville, then I'll go Miami, Pitt, then Georgia Tech. Cal. I can't see Cal pulling it off as much as I would love to see it.
I mean, they beat Minnesota and Boston College.
I know, but they got killed.
Minnesota's 4-2 right now.
Yeah, but they've also had.
They're a weird team, dude. They're a fucking weird team. They got destroyed in a game 34-0 in a game that was pretty dead even on yardage.
Yeah,
they're a strange team. Like they were beating Duke 21-3 was it, and then lost 45-21. Yeah. Cal's not going, but I mean the schedule's there for them. I'll just say that. I'll say that the schedule is kind of nice. When you factor in like if you just give them the automatic loss to Louisville, that would be 2 losses. We have seen ACC championships. I think most years a 3-loss team gets in, right? I think they'll be favored against North Carolina. They could be favored against Virginia Tech. I like their chances against Virginia. They might even, they'll be slight dogs, I think. I think they'll be favored at Stanford and then at home against SMU. I have no idea. But if they're sitting there at that point, they could be favored by, I don't know, 2 or 3. If that.
Hey, you know who's may fuck around? Yeah, that's great. Clemson's not out of this yet.
I know. But
I've been looking. I go, they're like these teams are all going to beat up on each other. Clemson's going to win out.
Clemson, you could get Clemson SMU again, dude.
Yeah. Because Cristobal's going to Cristobal one of these games. He's been getting closer and closer to Cristobal lately.
SMU is 2-0 in conference right now, so they have yet to lose. Now they're at Clemson and at Wake the next 2 weeks, right? But what if Clemson is not the Clemson that we think? Even though I tend to think Clemson will win. Then they're home to Miami, at Boston College, bye week, home to Louisville, at Cal. It's a little challenging though. You can feel like Louisville, Miami, and Clemson. But if they just go 2-1 on that stretch, they're probably going to be favored against the other ones. Maybe. What do you think?
I'm just looking at the schedules. This is going to be fascinating. This league.
That's why I like Pitt. I like Pitt's schedule. They got
to go to Georgia Tech still though.
No, wait, doesn't Georgia Tech have to come to Pitt?
No, it's at Georgia Tech, and they have a loss to Louisville.
Okay, but you can lose 2. It's the third one that I think you worry about. 2 losses.
It's going to be like a 5-way tie with 2 losses.
Yeah. All right, final question. Pop quiz. Oh, no, that's it. I'm sorry. I forgot I put this dumb slide in here. Folks, that's our show. Hope you like our Dantabase Top 25 and Complete Extreme Bullshit Edition. Land on Under. Also, our Conference USA and Sunbelt breakdowns at the top. Clemson. It's going to be hilarious when it's Clemson and SMU, because SMU only has 1 loss, or it doesn't have any losses right now, and we get the same exact fucking thing.
Hey, and then Clemson's going to lose. Clemson's going to lose to South Carolina again the week before, and then they're going to win the ACC title and get back in the playoff. And everybody, Dabo's going to be like, "I told you I wasn't dead yet."
I mean, you need Miami to lose because Clemson has 2 losses right now, right? But Clemson doesn't play Miami.
Yeah.
Miami's remaining schedule. They could lose this Friday night to Louisville. I mean, Brahm's gotten up for big games before. He won at the stadium last time they played.
Well, and they got to go to Blacksburg and Pitt
and SMU.
Oh yeah, they're losing at least. They might lose 2.
Fucking.
They might lose 3. It's Cristobal, second half of the year, Cristobal.
This is gonna be fascinating to watch. The
ACC is like the most entertaining shit show
race.
Yeah, because it's gonna be a 1-bid league most likely. So
right now, contending in the league is what? Miami, Clemson, Georgia Tech. That's 3. I think you could even throw Wake in there as a contender right now. Still, as well. Shit, do Wake and NC State? Does NC State have a? Who did NC State lose to?
NC State has.
They beat Wake.
NC State's 1-2. Wake's 1-2. So they're probably both. They need a lot.
NC State lost to Duke. Who else did they lose to though in conference?
Virginia Tech.
That's right. I took that on the money line. Yeah, they're done. Okay, so the real contenders are Pitt, Louisville, Virginia, Cal, SMU, Clemson, Georgia Tech, Duke, Miami.
And Chapel Bill only has 1 loss in conference.
Watch him come out of this bye week, beat Cal, eliminate Cal.
He wins out.
Their schedule's incredible. If
they beat Cal, watch out. Chapel Bill will be back. Then he's got Virginia the next week.
All right, folks.
Hilarious. hilarious.
Give Moneyline Mac a follow on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at DColbyD. The College Football Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. Remember, youtube.com/The College Experience. Get on over there, hit that like and subscribe button. If SMU beats Miami, I'm going to lead the Storm. There we go. There we go. Get down to Gerald Ford Stadium. Folks, appreciate everyone tuning in. If you can, spread the word. Tell someone about it. Do us a solid. Pay it forward. Or just hit the like and subscribe on everything. All right? That helps us, man. Even if you prefer visually, which obviously I recommend, it still helps us if you subscribe on iTunes or Spotify. So shout out to Sammy, also giving us $10. Kenneth North in the chat saying Miami and Texas Tech will both win their conference championship for the first time since joining the conference. Is brutal stat. That's a brutal stat. Hilarious though. All right, folks. Till next time. This is the College Football Experience. Dantabase top 25 style. You better start thinking about yours. And we are out of here.